In this week's episode, I venture out in my camper van to show you some beautiful and interesting places you might want to visit too. I spend time in an old mine, walk to the top of a mountain in 15 minutes and give you a campsite tour of a place I'm staying. All coming up on Yorkshire Poptop Adventures. Also, this.
Well, good morning everybody. Welcome to another adventure in my camper van Jeff. And today I'm at the foot of Mam Tor, but I'm not focusing my attention 100% on this walk.
I'm focusing my attention on some of the other features this area has to offer, rather than that I hiked up a mountain in my flip-flops for an Instagram selfie to make me look like I do walks in the hills.
So with that in mind, we are indeed going to go up to the Instagram spot. However, I'm going to show you a few awesome places you might not have seen before along the way.
I'll pop a link to this actual walk that I'm doing today in the description below, so you could do the same walk should you wish. It's a pretty short walk, so it can be done in the morning before heading off to Buxton or Bakewell for your lunch, which is only a 10-minute drive away.
So here we go again, cue the B-roll, me get my boots out of the van.
I know it's predictable, but it forms part of the story, and it wouldn't make much sense if I was just to magically appear on top of a hill now, would it?
So with all that predictability put to one side, and there will be more, let's crack on with this walk.
So the walk starts from the Hope Valley car park, I'll pop a link in the description, and head straight up from the car park, keeping Dark Peak on your right hand side.
We've made it to the top. It's proper blowing a gale. The quip has lost its integrity, but we're at the top of Mam Tor, and it took me about, 15 minutes, including YouTube miles. Brilliant. Right. Let's crack on. And we're going to do a piece to camera up there with a bit of history and whatnot. But I think I'm going to leave it to Overdub Call to do it because it's so breezy I can't even put the camera down. It just keeps blowing over. Stupid.
The summit of Mam Tor is surrounded by the remains of an Iron Age hill fort built around 12,000 BC. The hill fort was a defensive stronghold and trading centre. Mam Tor translates to Mother Hill and is known as the Shivering Mountain due to its many landslides caused by unstable shale at the base of the hill.
I'm not sure you can make a full day of it going up Mam Tor, so we're going to continue on and then walk around and find something more interesting to look at a little bit later on the walk. Hopefully the wind will subside as I come down this hill. It's mental.
And with that, I continued on and headed down the hill towards an interesting place you might want to visit.
I've arrived at Odin Mine, and this is a disused mine at the foot of Mam Tor, and it's said to be one of the oldest mines in Derbyshire, dating back to 1260. Nice. It employed over 100 workers, including men, women and children.
So if you sat next to your child watching this video, let them know how lucky they are to be living in this day and age, not having to go down the dirty, cramped, dangerous and cold mines every day. It wouldn't have even earned you enough to buy one roebuck.
And in the 20th century they tried reopening it to mine for other minerals, but that never really happened, so it just stands here now, frozen in time as a monument. And there's something else to see that relates to this mine, and it's just a short walk across the road, so let's go have a look. So this is the actual wheel that they used to crush up large pieces of lead ore brought from the mine we've just seen across the road there. And it didn't have an engine, it was just pulled around in a big circle, crushing all the lead ore by a horse.
I actually thought that filming this would give a good representation of a horse pulling the wheel, when in fact it just made me look like a trotting div.
I'm glad there was nobody about. Right then, let's get some miles in the legs and go see our next destination of the day. But first, Overdub Colin's got to tell you something.
Thanks, Colin. It's a lot warmer here doing these overdubs than it looks where you are.
It is, matey, and now it's started raining. Crack on with your overdub, will you?
You'll probably notice that we don't do sponsorships in our videos. The only money we make is from YouTube adverts.
And that's not very much at all.
So all I'd kindly ask from you is to hit that thumbs up button, press subscribe, and if you've got time, a little comment below would really help me too. And hopefully trigger the YouTube algorithm to help get my content out to more wonderful folk of the worldwide interweb. So this is the infamous Broken Road, and although it looks in better condition than some of the live roads in the UK at the moment, it was closed in 1979 due to repeated erosion and landslides. The road was originally constructed in 1819 using spoil from the Odin mine, the one we've just visited, but after landslides and many attempts to fix the road, it was eventually abandoned and traffic was then routed through Winnets Pass to rejoin the A625 at Windy Knoll.
So this is called Blue John's Mine, and it's named so after the semi-precious material that's still mined here, called Blue John. Here in the UK, this is one of only 2 mines that produces this mineral, here and one down the road called Treek Mine. And unlike other mines in the area, this one actually still does mining, and you can actually do tours taken down into the mine by the miners themselves. Blue John nowadays is used to make jewellery, and you can buy it in this shop here, or you can have a coffee and some cake. Nice. Oh, just grab myself a coffee, this is lovely. And I'd love to have taken you for a tour of the mine, but sadly I've missed the tour times. I think the first one's at 10 AM and then the next one's at 3 PM. But I want to get to the campsite and get you a campsite tour before it gets too dark. So I'm going to finish my coffee and then we'll head back to the van. Nice. Oh, well, in the infamous words of Travis, why does it always rain on me? Right, let's get this off and then head over to the campsite. Lovely.
So I've arrived at Beltonville farm campsite, and one thing I didn't realise they had was a farm shop. That's coming up in the campsite tour a little bit later on, so look forward to seeing that. And if this rain holds off, then we can have a campfire. The rain did indeed stop, and the forecast was looking clear for the rest of the evening, so I did what any self-respecting camper would do and set up ready for a fire pit, some lovely food and a well-earned beer. I then decided to insert this little bit of footage of me cleaning my pots because loads of you have asked whether I actually do cleaning. The answer is yes. Well, mostly. Do you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to get bored of this. Fire pit, beer, chilling out, the sky's looking amazing. I think I've got the campsite to myself because the people in the tent over there haven't come back yet, so let's keep our fingers crossed that they're staying in a hotel tonight. Nice. And also, before I forget, big shout out to the awesome Karen from your loving husband Mark. Get well soon. You're awesome. And sorry if I've not got back to you regarding the Walking With episodes. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. As you can imagine, quite a lot of people got in touch after that episode. But yeah, that's great. That means we've got people that want to come on the Walking With episode. So we've got future videos coming up on the channel, which is awesome. And then all of a sudden it was dark. I'd spent an hour or so messaging subscribers and catching up on social media pages. It wasn't long before I extinguished the fire, set the bed up and got settled down for the night. I have a big drive tomorrow and I'm staying at a gorgeous campsite that I'm sure you will all love. In fact, tomorrow's campsite might just be one to add to this year's top 5 campsites. Tune in next week to find out, but now it's time for your all-important campsite tour. See you bye. Beltonville Farm is a small family and dog friendly campsite, open all year round, just outside Tidswell in the Peak District. There is a steep slope as you enter the site and it's quite steep and narrow entering the campground itself, so I'd say it's not suitable for larger vehicles, super lowered vans or caravans. At the entrance of the campsite is a shower block, which was sadly out of order during my visit, but due to be fixed, and a toilet block, both of which were clean and well maintained. Just to the right of the shower block is the undercover pot wash area. They also have water taps and Elson points further down the campsite track. There's no marked pitches and the ground is quite uneven, so you'll have to drive around a bit like I did to find a flat spot. This is a fully off-grid site with no electric hookup option, but at the entrance of the site is a wonderful farm shop that serves great food. They even have live acts and karaoke on at weekends when they open the bar. This is a great site for those who love a bit of outdoor action. The Mam Tor trail is a short walk away and it's great for either hiking or cycling, as I've done in the past. This site's quite close to the main road, but after 6 PM it quietened down, and bear in mind I was staying during the week, so it may be quieter during the weekends. They have fire pit hire and wood for sale, although as long as your fire pit is raised off the ground, you're okay to bring your own. About 2 miles away there are 2 lovely looking pubs, maybe worth a visit before retiring to your bed in the evening. All in all, I had a wonderful stay and I'll be back with my friend Paul, who you've seen on the channel before, as there is a youth hostel about 50 yards away from the campsite where he can stay. I did email the owners to ask them if they'd like to be interviewed, but sadly I didn't have a response. However, tomorrow's campsite, which looks amazing and will be in next week's video, I get to chat with the owner and I can't wait for you to see that.
Nope, need to shut that door though, don't I? Otherwise it's not authentics. I'm Matt, and welcome to another adventure in my camper van, Jeff. Bloody hell, windy. This is stupid. Oh, honestly. What? Just stop blowing a gale. Oh, bloody hell, I'm falling over. There's 40 people on this. It's a Tuesday. It's Tuesday. There's 40 people on here. Go to work. It's literally a hill for influencers. I hate it. I hate the fact that I'm filming on it. If you want the hill to yourself, don't come to Mam Tor. Is the mine? Am I blocking the mine with my quiff? Probably. We're gonna see the wheel of fortune. It's a bit wobbly because you're in the wind now. Please don't let that fall in front of the freaking fire pit. Oh. No, I think it's all right.